Next from Count Dankula, we have Absolute Mad Lads Gustav the Maneater, which we're going to do this in parts since it's 29 minutes. But nonetheless, let's learn about Gustav the Maneater since this was one of the first next ones recommended to me. Let's do it. Send out a lot of love and welcome back to another video. Have you drunk your water? Have you had a good nap? Have you cleaned your room? Look at that. You see that? You see that thing you have off in the corner right there? That's not supposed to be there. Where's it supposed to be? Let's go. Or Gustav the Maneater is coming for you. I don't even know. What is Gustav the Maneater? Let's find out.
Africa is home to probably the most beautiful ecosystem in the world. Throughout the vast plains, dense jungles and great lakes, everything from the smallest meerkat to the biggest elephant can seem almost otherworldly to outsiders. Unfortunately, due to brutal wars, corrupt governments and illegal poaching, much of Africa's native wildlife has been at the near constant threat of extinction for the past 100 years. Though much international effort has been taken to prevent this, hunters still pose a massive threat to the survival of many animal species on the continent. But what happens when the hunted becomes the hunter? Well, yeah. There was a particular hunter in Africa that was a very serious threat, not because he was destroying rare wildlife, but because of what he was hunting. Us. Gustav.
Bro, his intro is absolutely insane.
But before we get into the Mad Lad, no sponsor this time, but a birthday message. A birthday message to someone very special and very close to my heart. So I would like to wish a very happy birthday to Raid Shadow Legends, the hottest game on the Play Store with over 400 characters for you to collect, an epic story mode, fun PvP, and character customization.
You know, this actually caught me even crazier because I was thinking about my voice and how scratchy it sounds, and I was, oh damn, I'm gonna have to take a break on making so many videos. I was like, gotta rest my voice. And it had me weak because I was so stuck. I was like, all right, we're learning about, I was like lining up the thoughts in my head. Okay, we're learning about Gustav the Maneater with Accountant Dankula, one of the coolest accents on YouTube. And then he said happy birthday to fucking Raid Shadow Legends. Nice way to throw that in there.
Is now 2 years old.
Is that big ass?
Raid's anniversary,
is that big ass QR code in the corner for something?
we have been given questions to answer about Raid. My first one is, where is my favourite place to play the game? And the answer is, in the car while I'm driving. That was a joke. Please don't do that. And finally, if I could date any champion, who would it be and why? Well, that would be Elaine. Because she has
down bad.
But my favourite thing still in the game is slapping people around in the PvP arena.
The characters do look sick.
Birthday, for the next 6 weeks, they are running anniversary.
Okay, I'm gonna like, it's okay if I skip this. Come on now. Okay, let's go.
If you are a new player, you will get rewards around this whole year in your inbox.
Here we go.
Gustave was estimated to have hatched around the year 1955. He was a male Nile crocodile, and his home territory stretched from the ends of the Ruzizi River to the northern shorelines of Lake Tanganyika. These were located just next to the city of...
Also, I'm sure it's just like when 2Mad gets sponsored, or anybody for that matter who has a lick of humor, I'm pretty sure the rest of that Raid Shadow Legends sponsor was really funny. But we're here for Gustav.
Bujumbura. which was the capital of Burundi. As
Burundi.
Gustave aged, he grew far quicker than the rest of the crocodiles in his habitat.
He's a dragon
By the
now.
time of his first sightings, Gustave was said to have measured at around 6 meters long and weighing an entire ton. If these measurements were accurate, Gustave would basically have been the largest Nile crocodile ever recorded. Freshwater crocodiles growing to anywhere near this size is said to be extremely rare, meaning that Gustave really stood out to anyone who happened to see him swimming along the lake or just chilling on the riverbanks. In fact, Gustave grew so large that he even intimidated other crocodiles. A ranger of the Ruzizi National Park would later report that whenever Gustave left the river to explore the nearby lake, a much thinner male called Gatumba would always reappear in his place. But whenever Gustave returned, Gatumba would immediately speed away up the river to avoid fighting with Gustave. As Nile crocodiles age, their ability to grow longer and gain more weight
Gets slower?
doesn't actually slow down.
Oh, it doesn't?
And the average lifespan of a Nile crocodile is about 45 years old. This meant that by the time Gustave turned 50, he pretty much became the permanent Uberchad amongst the Ruzizi crocodiles, always getting first dibs on food and mating. However, Gustave's massive size did have one big drawback. Most crocodiles usually hunt smaller, more agile prey, such as fish or antelopes.
Yeah.
But because Gustave was so big, he was too slow to catch them. So to satisfy Gustave's hunger, he turned to larger mammals. Things like wildebeests,
Is that a... Yeah.
hippos, and people.
How did he catch people?
From 1987 onwards, government reports from Burundi had attributed literally hundreds of deaths to a single giant crocodile. Upon thorough investigation, many naturalists and researchers were able to conclude that the culprit was Gustave. They were able to determine this through several observations of him that they had made as the years went by. Gustave operated on a very predictable migratory pattern between the Ruzizi River and the northern Tanganyika shoreline. He would ambush beachgoers and fishermen between the months of October and February.
Damn.
Then he would disappear for 3 years, and then he would be spotted at the lake again soon after. When the park rangers noticed that Gustave was gone, this was also the time that a lot of missing person reports would start flooding in. And the missing person reports only stopped when Gustave returned to his spot at the Ruzizi River. Gustave also had a...
Okay, so crocodiles are already super fast, right? They're fast. So he slowed down from the speed of a normal crocodile. So he could still... I would imagine you would see this freaking literal I was going to say fantastical dragon coming at you. If that video was how big he was. I get fishermen, actually. Him being able to ambush fishermen. But like, would you not see this massive reptile coming at you? Granted, he's slower than just a regular crocodile, which means... How fast was he able to move? I kind of pictured it being super slow, like he was super slow. That's instantly what my mind went to, but I forgot they're fast. Damn.
A distinctive marking across his head, which was speculated to be the bruise from a bullet wound. This, combined with his massive size, meant that witnesses could easily identify whether or not Gustave was the culprit of any given attack. Thus, with all of this evidence put together, Gustave was found to be responsible for any major spike in deaths or disappearances caused by crocodile attacks. As a result, people around the capital began to circulate legends surrounding Gustave. Some believed that he was the incarnation of an evil spirit who set out to punish the people of Bujumbura.
Why didn't they just kill it? Well, I mean, that would be... I'm not saying it would be, like, right, you know, but at the same time, it's a bit weird. Like, and wait, do, like, bullets pierce their skin, right? He had a wound. What, did the guy miss shots and then end up getting devoured by Gustav?
For their wickedness. Others claimed that he was so fast that if he attacked a person and you blinked, you would miss the attack entirely and see only the remains of the person once standing there. Some soldiers also told a tale where a small squad of men encountered Gustav and attempted to kill him. They claimed that Gustav not only deflected the shots fired from their AK-47s, but that he even ate their bullets before pulling one of the men into the river and eating him. To the people of Burundi, Gustave was...
No way, bruh. No way I'm believing this. There is not any way. What? Deflecting the bullets?
No longer just some wild animal who ate people. He was a literal demon. And this hype escalated so much that in 1998 it caught the attention of one particular French expat called Patrice Faye. Patrice was born around 1953 and was originally a plumber from the city of Lyon. Okay. However, he was an extremely adventurous person, so one day he just decided to quit his job and go off exploring. He would travel across the world, going through Canada, the US, Central America, and then finally finished up in Africa. He arrived in Bujumbura in 1978, and he loved the place so much that he decided to finally settle down there and call the place his home. He initially got a job in construction and eventually married a Rwandan refugee who fled the country due to the genocides that were taking place at the time. Patrice was always full of energy and spent much of his time attempting to make his new home a better place. Yeah. He would build and open 3 schools named the Patrice Faye International Schools in his honour. He even built homes for orphans affected by the civil wars and genocides happening in neighbouring countries. However, genocide...
Don't build this guy up and then tell me Gustav had his way.
...attacks were also a problem in Burundi, as there was always constant tensions between the nation's 2 main ethnic groups, the Tutsis and the Hutus. Patrice would attempt to build bridges between the 2 communities by staging fun plays with actors equally representing each ethnic group. Patrice's selfless actions basically made him a giant pillar of the community, and he even became a local celebrity within Burundi itself. He was so loved by the people there that he was voted as the 3rd most popular public personality in 2010. As well as focusing on humanitarian issues, Patrice was also a self-made naturalist, and he spent much of his time campaigning for the protection of endangered species. He oversaw the restoration of the Ruzizi National Park, as well as the rebuilding of the capital's Natural History Museum and zoo.
This guy went
He was even the man responsible for giving Gustave his name, which stuck with the local people. He developed a very wide range of expertise relating to much of Burundi's local wildlife, especially focusing on crocodiles. So when he heard of a single giant crocodile feasting on dozens of people in a single day, he knew he had to get involved.
Yeah.
He initially took out a hunting license with the intention of actually killing Gustave, as he believed that the safety of the people took an absolute first priority.
Yeah.
However, he soon came to understand how resilient Gustave was and realised that Gustave was just acting on instinct. Patrice noticed that when Gustave wasn't hungry, he actually made a conscious effort to avoid humans whenever he saw them. Patrice also had other concerns, which made him want to capture Gustave alive. Between the 40s and 60s, Belgian colonial hunters and native poachers relentlessly hunted Nile crocodiles for their skins and had almost completely decimated the crocodile population
that part's
in
fucked.
the Ruzizi River.
Yeah.
If Gustave could be captured, Patrice saw him as the key to completely restoring the crocodile population by allowing Gustave to breed in captivity. So Gustave would basically get to have never-ending orgies for the rest of his life. The Bujumbura Zoo would start raking in tons of tourist money for possessing a crocodile the size of a bus.
Yeah.
And the local people would be much safer when fishing and collecting
I
their
want to see
drinking
more
water.
pictures of him.
Catching Gustave alive was basically a win-win for everybody. So from this point on, Patrice would attempt to start public campaigns, engage with the media, and meet with potential investors to obtain popular support and funding for his mission. By October 2002, he managed to meet with Burundi's Minister for the Environment to obtain legal permissions for Gustave's capture. The minister granted Patrice permission, though he only gave him a 2-month time limit to do it. The time limit wasn't for some mundane bureaucratic reason, though.
What's the reason?
The Burundi government was expected to go through some major changes by the end of the year. The incumbent ministers expected that ethnic tensions would flare up very badly as a result of this, and that was going to result in another civil war. So he wasn't issuing Patrice with a deadline, he was giving him a friendly warning.
Ooh.
Undeterred by this, Patrice immediately got to work, enlisting the support of crocodile experts from Tanzania and South Africa. The local people were very eager to help Patrice as well, for obvious reasons. They volunteered to move equipment, build a temporary enclosure for Gustave, and they also transported the science team through the Ruzizi River when searching for him. After days of searching, the team finally managed to track Gustave down along the river. And they discovered that the stories about Gustave's size were actually true.
And that's where we will start, or stop, but start tomorrow. Oh, I'm excited to continue. That's a good place, I feel like. Maybe 30 more seconds, so it's 15.
So they began documenting as much as they could about him from a safe distance. And to give you an indication of Gustave's size compared to other crocodiles, here are your average Nile crocodiles. This is Gustave. Jesus Christ.
It's literally like 3 times bigger. We will stop there. That is a dragon. Gustav the dragon. Wow. Yeah, I can't wait to get into the rest of the story. I hope it's really not built up to where this guy did all these amazing things and his fate is Gustav. Like, they try to put him into captivity and he escapes. If he was resistant to AK-47 bullets, how much is it going to take to, like, sedate him? Like, how's it going to take to put him to sleep? How many darts? Like, how many? They got to knock him out, right? And then they got to get close, too. He's around other... He's still alive to this day? I guess we'll find out in this video. This is a beast. This is a beast. That's cool. That's cool. I would not see... When I seen them rowing in that little fishing boat, thinking about his size literally being, like, massive and attacking fishermen, I could imagine him just knocking over the boat with ease, being like, pretty sure consciously aware, like not conscious, but being aware of its size, obviously. That's a beast, man. Oh man, I can't wait to get into this tomorrow. This almost getting me too hyped. All right, I gotta stop. Gotta save it. Gotta save it for later. All right. Let me know what you think down in the comments if you've already seen about Gustav. No spoilers, but Gustav. Alright, we'll be back in the next part tomorrow. Much love and moonlight. Peace.